What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Hey, happy Sunday to you guys. I hope everybody is having a great Sunday. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We are getting ready to get this party started. I tomorrow night, the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be here. We will be hosting. So you guys make sure that you guys are here and that you are here early so you can get your seat down front. Now, of course, I have the seats reserved for the VIPs. Y'all know who y'all are, the VIPs, the tribe of the VIPs. But if you late, I'm gonna have to give your seat away, okay? So y'all need to be here on time tomorrow at 8:15-ish. Y'all know how we do. I say 8:15-ish. And we will be here tomorrow to discuss the episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. We will have a special guest tomorrow, so I look forward to that. You guys make sure y'all make it on down here. So let me say hi to the people. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Let me say hi to the people. Oh, okay. Nikki, Lemon Kush, Kenya, Tan, Deborah, Cool Gamer, Volvo, Montrez, Cross Country, Corray, Candy. Hey, everybody, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me take this down and let's get ready to get this party started. Woo, child. Let me take this down. Okay. What's up, y'all? Hey, let's get into this episode. Let's get into this episode. This episode was very interesting. I had some observations about this episode. You can't even hardly see my lip gloss, can you? Oh well, it's there. It's a light brown. It's a light brown, but it's there. So let me see. Real Housewives of Potomac has been lukewarm. Really be off topic. Would you be breaking down LA Reid lawsuit this week? I have to look it up and get some information. The answer is I don't know. I can't say no. I'm not going to say no. I'm gonna say I'm definitely going to look into it. I'm definitely going to look into it. But I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no. You see the lip gloss? It's a Juvia's Place. It's Juvia's Place, and it's called Choco Mao. It's from the Candy Shop collection of Juvia's Place. It's called Choco Mao. Okay. I agree. I think Real Housewives of Potomac definitely has been lukewarm. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm very nervous about certain things because I saw something towards the end of this episode, and I'll wait till I get there, but it just seems very recycled. It seems almost like wash and repeat from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we know that it's the same production company. And I felt some kind of way as soon as I saw it, because I was like, we literally just went through this on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And something happened last episode that I said, this is the same thing. We saw this on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it just seems very wash and repeat, right? They're gonna really piss people off with the voodoo talk, right? Because you're getting into stuff that you're really getting into stuff that is going to be disrespectful to people's belief system without knowing what you're talking about, and it's leaning into stereotypes that already exist. Let me just get into the review. So for my members, Lil Baby, maybe you can help me. You were in that live earlier today. We had a members only live today, and I am going to make an announcement at the end of, somewhere during my review. But Lil Baby, if you could find the link for that channel, that's why I was hesitating. I forgot to pull the link. I know now why it wasn't working the first time and then it worked the second time. If you can find the link. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'll find it. But if you can find the link and drop it in the chat for me, please, and then I'll tell everybody what it is. We got 42 people in the room. If you guys can hit that like button, I would appreciate that so much. So does Ulta carry that brand? I think I've seen the name there. Ulta has Juvia's Place, yes. And it's a Black-owned beauty business, and I love it. I love the color. I love their melanin. I love it. I just haven't been doing makeup. I haven't been doing my makeup for like the last, 2 years now, you guys, maybe a year and a half. I've really only been doing makeup on special occasions. I may get back to doing it on a more regular basis, but I just have it. But thank you. I'm gonna put that up there, and I'll thank you, little baby. So let's get into this review. So we are still at Ashley's I was gonna say baby shower, Lord, her housewarming party. So we saw Ashley, well, she finished up the conversation with Wendy, which we'll loop back around to that conversation with Wendy. But also we saw Karen and Robyn have a conversation. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think anything was resolved in that conversation that Karen had with Robyn. Robyn felt like she was justified in what she did. Karen felt like she was justified in what she did. Robyn said, "You started it." Karen said, "No, my love, you started it." And at the end of the day, they basically agreed that they would not bring any rumors to the table, that they would only bring things that they had receipts for. Child, that's what this show is. Like, all of these shows are people bringing rumors to discuss, to digest, to pontificate over. So you bring it, and let's be clear. Remember, even in the clip that they showed, Karen said, "Well, I know Robyn knows about the girl in Georgetown." Robyn still swears that she don't know nothing about no woman in Georgetown, but Robyn absolutely knew that Juan was up in the hotel room with the lady from Canada paying for hotel rooms. Now, whether you choose to believe what your man told you or not, let's be clear. You know what Kern was talking about last season, because you even said on Watch What Happens Live, "Oh, well, I was just waiting for Karen to bring it up." So one, that made me very curious when you said, "Oh, I was just waiting for Karen to bring it up," because that means that you knew that Karen knew something. Because why didn't you say, "Oh, I was waiting for one of the other ladies to bring it up"? Why did you say I was waiting for Karen? I mean, were you saying because in that moment Karen brought up the whole lady from Georgetown? Which, see, this is how my brain works, y'all. Which says to me that there's some validity in what Karen said, since you said, "I'm waiting for Karen to bring it up." Am I tripping? Y'all tell me if I'm tripping. Am I reading too deep? Am I tripping? Because for you to say, "Oh, well, I was waiting for Karen to bring it up," means that you feel like Karen had some information. You didn't say Karen was lying. You see what I'm saying? So I do think that there's some validity to what Karen said. And I think Karen knows it, and so does Robyn. I told y'all when Karen said it the first time, I told y'all that I believe what Karen said because I understand the logistics of DC, the DC area. I understand the logistics. And I absolutely understand that Georgetown is an hour to an hour and a half away from where Juan works and where they live. So it's not ridiculous for Juan Dixon to be at a restaurant with another woman, having lunch, dinner, whatever, and think, the block ain't hot. Even though, yes, he played professional basketball here in the city, child, that was 15 years ago. Somebody might be like, "Oh, that look like Juan Dixon." You know what I'm saying? And they might be like, "Well, we know that ain't Robyn." But when a man is trying to, cheat, let's just call a thing, I could absolutely see him taking somebody to Georgetown thinking, "Oh, I probably have a better chance of getting away with this at Georgetown than in the Baltimore Harbor." Anyway, that was last season. It don't even matter. It is what it is. I just don't feel like nothing was resolved in that conversation, right? Now, while that's going on, we have Robyn attempting to check Giselle outside. Now, I told y'all in the first episode that I think that's probably going to be the most exciting part of this whole season is the Giselle Robyn piece, because I do think that Giselle and Robyn are going to hit a hiccup. Now, do I think it's going to end their friendship? Clearly not. They still do their podcast together. They're still friends. But do I think it's going to be a little hiccup? Sure. Do I think it's going to entertain those of us who are sick of Robyn and Giselle? Maybe for a minute, for an episode or two. But I just thought that was real interesting that Robyn was trying to put on her big girl panties and basically was repeating what Juan told her to repeat. "I don't care." Isn't that what Juan said last week? "I don't care." Isn't that literally exactly what he said last week? So, how far are they from Ellicott City? I'm not sure exactly how far they are from Ellicott City, but they're closer to Ellicott City than they are to DC. Ellicott City depend because Robyn said tonight that she lives in Howard County. I thought she lived in Baltimore County, but that's considered where she lives is considered Howard County because I don't know exactly where she moved to. I know where she used to live, but I don't know. I know she didn't move far from where she used to live, but she said that's considered Howard County. So Ellicott City from Howard County, give or take where exactly, maybe 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. It's not that far. But you would have from where she lives, you would, I mean, again, I can't say directly cross through Ellicott City, but you would probably get to Ellicott. Well, not probably, you would get to Ellicott City long before you would get to DC. Right. Robyn was like, I don't care that the block is hot. Da, 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 da. But isn't that what Juan literally said last week? I don't care, Robyn. I don't care, Robyn. So I just feel like Robyn is just repeating what Juan told her to say or what Juan put in her head. And I guess she called herself checking Giselle. And let's be clear. Now, y'all know I don't be defending Giselle on a lot of shit because it ain't a lot to defend when it comes to Giselle. But let's be clear. And I know a lot of y'all don't agree with me on this. But honestly, no issues with that conversation that Giselle, Charisse, and Ashley had with her. And honestly, those are to me, those are the kind of conversations that your friends really do need to have with you. Now, at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and it's your marriage. And nobody told her to get divorced. They just told her stop being a fool. Ain't nobody tell her to leave Juan. They just said stop being a fool. And they definitely said stop being a fool on TV. I feel like that's what they was really trying to tell her, but neither here nor there. I don't feel like that conversation went anywhere either because Robyn is defensive and she just like, and ultimately I agree, little baby. Robyn don't care. She really don't care. And because Karen was like, so I just got to ask you, do y'all have an open marriage or do y'all have a traditional marriage? She was like, we're traditional. She was like, okay. And is the marriage legit? I said, Karen, say it. Karen gonna ask what everybody else is asking, honey. She said, is the marriage legit? Baby, because ain't nobody found no marriage certificate is what Karen was saying, child. So he goes a half hour from home to get his nails done, just saying, oh, well, depending. I mean, I go a half hour from my house to get my nails done. Yeah, from where I live to, and I probably do pass about 4 or 5 nail places to get to where I go to get my nails done. I'll go to the place near my house if I'm in a rush or I don't feel like it. But my normal nail place is about 30 minutes. It's about 30 minutes from my house. So, shoot, I used to drive further than that to get my hair done. I actually moved closer to my hairdresser. I used to live further away from my hairdresser. Anyway, so then Wendy and Mia get into it. Let me tell y'all something. The way Wendy cleared Mia in that moment, I couldn't do nothing with it. I said, yes, Wendy. Wendy said, maybe you're just a little too low vibrational to understand me when I speak, but I cannot lower myself to where you are because you're just not that bright. What she call her? Slow. She said, because you're slow. And baby, Mia didn't have nothing. Mia did not have a comeback. Mia had absolutely nothing to respond to. She said, you're slow. Mia said, why would you say that? Why would you call me slow? She said, because you are. You're slow. And I can't lower myself. I'm too high vibrational to have a conversation with you. Baby, the look on Mia, and I mean, the way they cut to that look on Mia's face, that was just like, baby, Mia didn't have nothing to say. And you know that if Mia had responded, production would have put it in there. Baby, Mia didn't have nothing. I was here for it. Let me tell y'all something. And I know this is getting ready to sound very elitist of me. And y'all know I'm not that person. I don't throw my education at nobody. I don't throw my degrees at nobody. I don't do none of that. Most of the people in this chat couldn't even tell you how many degrees I have. I don't throw it at people. But let me tell you something. Sometimes it's okay to remind a bitch that you smarter than them. I'm just gonna call a thing a thing. Now I know that some of y'all gonna be offended by that, and some of y'all gonna be like, "That's not nice, Really B. That's rude, Really B. Okay. But sometimes when somebody coming for you, it's okay to remind them that you're smarter than them. And she told her, you low vibe. When she called her low vibrational, baby, I was here for all of that. I'm sorry. I was here for Wendy and the breaking down of Miss Mia. And let me tell you, so we're gonna get to that in a minute when Mia, I guess her the best comeback she could come with. I'm gonna speak as an educator, but we'll get to that in a minute. But let's be clear. Wendy was talking about Mia. Wendy wasn't talking about nothing dealing with her children or nothing else. We'll get to that later. But she was talking about Mia. Girl, you are slow. Okay. Moving forward. That was pretty much all. They called the ladies. They had all the ladies move inside. Why they had the ladies move inside, I don't know, but they had the ladies move inside. Because it seemed like all they had to move inside to do was, I'm sure they filmed longer, but that's probably the most interesting that it was basically for Wendy to invite Ashley to her children's first communion and nobody else that was in the room. Now, do I think that was rude? Yes. But do I think it was get back from last season? Absolutely. And I was okay with it. Like, had last season not happened, I would have been like, wow, Wendy, that was a bit much. Like, that was petty. Because you could text these people, you could call these people, you could ask for a separate scene. But because of what happened last year with Robyn inviting every damn body except for Wendy's kids, I was here for it. I was here for it. I was here for the shade. And even though Robyn act like she ain't give a damn, and you probably in the grand scheme of things, you probably didn't give a damn, but I was here for it. Okay. Deborah said Mia turned that around and claimed Wendy was talking about her son. First, I'm hearing about her son and her on the same kind of, you know what, last season when she was drinking and throwing drinks at Wendy. We're gonna get to that, Miss Deborah, about the son situation. But yeah, listen, it's not a comparison. It's not. She just was trying to come up with something, like Ashley said, that Mia gonna come up with something, and that's all that was, child. So that was pretty much all I got out of that scene was Wendy being, was it petty? Yes. Was I here for it? Absolutely. Because that's some shit I would do. I ain't even gonna lie. That's some shit I would do. I'd be like, I would do it. I absolutely, I feel like I've done it. I feel like I've done it, been in a group and only invited the people that I wanted to come because the other people in the group, I didn't fuck with them and they knew it. I feel like I've done it, but I definitely would do it. In Wendy's situation, absolutely, I would have done it. Anyway, so then we see Giselle taking her daughter out shopping. It was a cute scene. We always love to see Giselle with her kids because they get her all the way together. Baby Giselle, listen, the oldest one is Angel. Is the oldest one Angel? Anyway, she getting ready for prom and she's shopping and she told her mama, she said, well, what's the new dances these days? And her daughter was like, none of what you do. And then Shady Ass Production gonna show us the montage of Giselle's non-dancing ass. She said none of what you do. I said I was here for it. So then what else do we have? The difference is that this was a religious event. Robyn had that half-assed event. Grace is the oldest one. Thank you. Angel and the other one are the twins. Thank you. Grace is the oldest. Thank you, Grace. Grace, and what's the other baby's name, y'all? It's Angel, Grace. I keep wanting to say Mercy, but I know that baby name ain't Mercy. It's Grace, and y'all gonna put it in the chat. I know y'all know. Anyway, so is that the next? Okay. So then we see Adore. Thank you. It's Adore. I love her daughter's names, by the way. I love them girls. I love them. Angel and Adore. Thank y'all. I just couldn't remember it. So we had a scene where I feel like I'm trying to go on order, but right, I truly adore you. Okay, maybe I can help me remember Montrez. So we see Wendy with Happy Eddie, and shout out to Wendy and Eddie for monetizing on the Happy Eddie because he had a whole Happy Eddie hoodie on, and but for the fact that I'm not trying to walk around with somebody's husband's name on my chest, I think it's cute. Like, I think the Happy Eddie shirts are cute. I don't know if I'd buy a whole hoodie. I'd buy a t-shirt if the t-shirts ain't ridiculously, just to wear when I'm doing filmings or whatever. I would do that. I think that's cute. But it was cute. I was here for the Happy Eddie. I was here for you monetizing and get your money, Wendy. I was here for that. Okay. But she, of course, she's recapping with Eddie about what happened, at the housewarming. And she was telling Eddie about NECA. And she was just like, I don't understand why this woman is coming for me. She was like, basically, she said that she has met her like in passing, but she's never really met her. Listen, let me tell y'all something. What we're not gonna do is make a big deal about the fact that Wendy and this woman have been at events together. See, and this is what I'm saying. We creeping into, and again, I'll get to it at the end of the episode, this whole watch and repeat storyline for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But what we're not going to do is act like just because you were at a party, a brunch, a birthday, a baby shower, or anything like that, like these people. Do you know how many times you go to an event with somebody and you don't know them? Especially if you were not formally introduced to them. You don't know these people. So this woman... And here's the other thing, Miss NECA. NECA, you gave yourself away. You're a fan. And let me tell you why you're a fan. You may not, where's Lil Baby? Where's my Real Housewives of Miami people? My Real Housewives of Miami people, y'all are going to know that NECA gave herself away. And this is how I know you know Wendy. You knew about the rumors about Wendy. You knew all that shit. Because when y'all was having a drink, when you were having a drink with, at the end of this episode, when you was having a drink at with Robyn, why you call your drinks a cocky? Where my Real Housewives of Miami people at? As soon as she said it, I said, "Oh, you a fan? You watch the Real Housewives of Miami? That is straight from Marisol. Hell, I think she might even have that shit trademarked." But anyway, moving on. So Wendy is telling Eddie about what happened or whatever. And of course, Wendy is repeating what Ashley said because that's exactly what Ashley told her. So she has every right to feel like, why is this woman shading me? Why is she lying on me? Why is she in my business? Like, my family is not cursed. We are not, is it Osu? None of that. I don't watch Miami, but I heard Rodney say Marisol. Right. Marisol had said cocky, and she had said it for years. That is her thing. Like I said, it might even be trademarked. I know she was, she has like, she has like a bedazzled, what's that thing, y'all? She has a bedazzled, not a canteen. Y'all know what I'm talking about. People put their liquor in that says cocky. Like, that's her thing. Like, if you look at any episode of the Real Housewives of Miami, she says cocky about 5 times. That's her thing. That is her word. And I'm not saying that nobody else in the world says it, but it's just very, very, very coincidental. That's all I'm saying. She said it on Girls Trip. Of course she did, because that's her thing. Like, she said it at the reunion. She said it, like, I'm almost certain she has merch. I'm almost certain she has merch. Anyway. And to further point out the fandom, her whole issue with Wendy is season 1 internet gossip. Right. And for Ashley to even bring that up, girl, ain't nobody said nothing about Wendy and Eddie's situation since season 1. You're right. Nobody has brought it up. Flask. Thank you, Stiggs, girl. Flask. Thank you, Kenya. Flask. So, and Eddie told her point blank, this might be somebody you don't need to be cool with. Like, this is somebody you might not need to try to be friends with. I like Eddie. I'm here for Eddie. I love Eddie. I love Eddie. Okay. Wendy don't come for me. I don't mean him. I love him like that. I ain't trying to have your man. Then we saw Wendy practicing her first Holy Communion with her sons. I thought that was really cute. They said they were nervous. They were worried about embarrassing themselves. So she made them put their clothes on to make sure everything fit. And then they went through a whole rehearsal. Now, I remember, because I grew up Catholic and I had my first Holy Communion. We practiced at school because I went to Catholic school as well. So what happened was they pulled out the kids who were Catholic. Because, just because you go to Catholic school don't mean you're Catholic. So they pulled out the kids who were Catholic. I was one of the kids who were Catholic. And basically, I guess they'd already. I'm sure they'd already contacted our parents. I mean, of course, I was a kid. I wouldn't know. And we practiced, like they pulled us out of class to practice. I don't remember them sending me home with sacrament to practice with. I'm sure that wasn't that sacrament hadn't been blessed or whatever. But neither here nor there. I thought it was cute. Now the only thing, Wendy, you and that white, you know you're not supposed to wear white. It's like going to a wedding and wearing white. It's tacky. Only people that wear white at the communion are the people getting communion. Now, Wendy, you knew better. You was doing too much now. Tell my son, well, I'm wearing white because I'm married to them. You doing too much, Wendy. You could have worn a yellow suit, a yellow dress just like everybody else, or a yellow and white dress. But I thought you were doing too much. That's like taking the shine away from the bride. Well, nobody's supposed to have white on but them boys. Now, I was with Wendy when she said she went to Catholic school and she used to roll up her skirt. Baby, I used to roll up my skirts too. I think that is something we did. Everybody rolled up their skirt. And by senior year, you probably didn't need to roll up your skirt no more if you was in them same skirts because you grew, you got taller, boom, boom, boom. But I was here for that. I was here for that. But yeah, so I was here for that. I was here for that. That was cute. So then, we have another new girl. I think she's probably gonna be more of a friend to the show. I don't know if she's gonna be but we have her, what's her name? Keandra Kerner. I think maybe it's Kerner. Maybe it's Kerner. Oh yeah, I wore shorts under my skirts too. BVD TV. I can't say where I went to school publicly. I can't say it publicly, but just suffice to say, I went to Catholic school here in the DMV. I'll tell you this much: it was in Merlin. It was in Merlin. Kiara, thank you, y'all. Here come y'all falling out the sky. Thank you, boo. You went to Sacred Heart. You a Sacred Heart girl. Our Lady of Sorrows and Elizabeth C. BVD TV. When did you go to see it? You might have been there with my sister. You ain't got to tell. See, just like I ain't tell you, ain't got to tell me your business. But my sister went to see it. You might. I don't know your age, but you might know my sister. Anyway, so Kiara almost a spa. We see Kiara, Wendy, and Candace. We see them doing lunch. And I'm out of order, but it's okay. I'll come back to the conversation I missed, whatever. What up, Amir? Hey, hey, hey. So in this conversation, basically, second time you caught a live, that's right. Well, if you pay the lottery, let me know what numbers you play. I might play them too good. Basically, that conversation really was just about Wendy and telling Candace that we see Candace has been on tour, she's back in town, and Wendy telling Candace, look, I invited Ashley to the communion. I really want you and Ashley to be able to coexist and be able to work this thing out. Ashley said, listen, I can be in a room with her, but I see her for who she is. And what's interesting is, you know what? I need to catch the name of that spa. Did anybody catch the name of her spa? Because I said I'm gonna have to look it up and check it out because I'm always down for supporting a black business, which I never did do that video this weekend, but I'm gonna try to give it El Teddy. We're gonna do it this week sometime. Kierna. Kierna. Okay, Kierna. Okay. But and it was funny because Candace called it. When Wendy was telling them about what Ashley said, that the new girl had said about, her family and all that, baby, Candace called it. Candace was like, you can't believe nothing that come out of Ashley's mouth. Like Ashley, if it's a pot to stir, Ashley is gonna stir it. And she told Wendy, you can't believe what come out of Ashley's mouth. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to what Ashley trying to tell you. You can't believe what's coming out of Ashley's mouth. Baby, she called it. I said, I know that's right, Candace. You better call it. You better let it be known and you better call it. So then we have Kern down to Mia's penthouse. Now, I don't feel like this is a penthouse. I feel like this is an apartment. And let me tell you why I feel like this is an apartment. Now, I don't know a lot of people that live in penthouses. I don't. I have a few friends over the years that have lived. It's K Stewart Beauty and Wellness located in Baltimore, Maryland. Thank you. I'm going to have to write that. Hold on. Let me write that down real quick, y'all. Because I have friends that live in Baltimore. We might need to check it out. K Stewart. I might have to see what the reviews is looking like. Beauty and Wellness. And that's in B-More. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm not saying I'm going tomorrow, but I might look into it. It's funny because me and my girlfriends were just talking about doing a spa day. Sometime in the new year, like early in the new year. So maybe we'll try that. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, the reason why I say that is this, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody in here that know about that penthouse life? This gonna sound petty, y'all, but I just gotta be petty about it. I feel like Mia and G are in a really nice apartment in a really high-end apartment building. I do not feel like they are in a penthouse. And here's why. Did y'all see when Mia opened that door and you saw the hallway? Did y'all see how many doors were on that hallway? Did you see how many doors, like apartments, if you could count down? This gonna sound petty, y'all, but work with me. Work with me. I have friends that have lived in penthouses. I have been to hotels and penthouse suites at a hotel. I have my parents, my parents have a timeshare that I've stayed in, and I've actually had seen the penthouse at where they stay. I ain't say I ever stayed in the penthouse. I'm saying I've seen the penthouse. Right. They used to, Phil. They used to. But because of the sheer size of what a penthouse is, generally, you don't have that many doors on a floor that got penthouses. Now, I know that sounds petty, and y'all gonna say, really, B, you dig it. And I might be, because it's Mia, and because they ain't really give me a whole lot more with this episode, I'm digging. But when I saw that hallway and I saw all them doors, I said, all them apartments ain't penthouses. Now, maybe she's on the end, and she's a penthouse because she's on the end. But generally, because penthouses are so large, if you're at a hotel or even an apartment building and you go up to the penthouse level, it's usually 4 or 5 on the floor. Versus when you're on a regular floor, you might have 10, 15. Y'all understand what I'm saying to y'all? Now, again, that might sound petty, but it's Mia. And we just ain't got nothing better else to talk about because this episode ain't really giving us much. But yeah, now do I think they live in a really nice apartment building? Absolutely. And they definitely had a view. We saw the view. But you could definitely see the difference between where they're staying now and where they used to stay. So. Penthouse levels also have a different elevator. Generally, yeah, you're right, citizen, Jane, you're right. But moving on, I just thought I would point that out because we ain't got nothing else. Because listen, the episode wasn't given that much, okay? So Kurt is talking to Mia, and Mia brings up the conversation and the comments that Wendy made. Now listen. First of all, me talking about you being slow don't have nothing to do with your kids. And the fact that your child has an IEP and is in speech therapy, again, don't have nothing to do with you being slow. I feel like if you got hurt by that or you got offended by that, that's you deflecting what she's saying about you onto a bigger situation. Now, as somebody that's in a school, as somebody that deals with students that have IEPs come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Okay. So again, just simply because she said you were slow, it is not an indictment on your child and what he has going on with his school situation. It just isn't. And I'm not going to let you go down that road, Mia. But like Ashley said, Mia will take something and she will sling it and she will try, just like everything that happens, Mia always tries to find a way to connect it. Well, you said something about her her skin, and I have bad skin, or you said something about her hair, and my hair, like, it's just always something with her. Girl, at the end of the day, Wendy drugged you, Wendy gathered you, eat it and keep it moving. Don't make this about the kids. Don't do that. Because now you done told us your son's business that nobody needed to know. Nobody needed to know nothing about your son having an IEP. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. Because again, for those who don't know what an IEP is an individual education plan. And those are for students who have been identified as having some sort of a learning disability. It could be anything from ADHD to dyslexia or what have you. So we don't know what the IEP is for, but the world didn't need to know that your child has been identified as a child with a learning disability. Again, it's nothing to be ashamed of, but we didn't need to know. But anyway, and again, I don't know what the baby has, what's going on with the baby. I don't know, and it ain't my business. It ain't my business. But I know the whole world didn't need to know your child had a damn IEP. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I know. Anyway, and then she had a nerve to talk about something. Well, yeah, we've decided to forego the nanny. Girl, you mean the nanny that you drugged last year? You mean the nanny that you tried to call out last year? You mean Tita? The nanny that was the sister to your ex-best friend? Girl, you ain't got a nanny because you was barely paying Tita. Truth be told, quiet as it's kept, loud as it is, you was barely paying Tita. Even when you was claiming that you was paying $10,000 a month at a rent on a house. But moving on. Exactly, Brittany. Brittany said both of my kids have an IEP and made the honor roll. No shame at all. Exactly. One has absolutely nothing to do with the other. And I'm not going to allow Mia to make it seem like girl, no. And like I said, in my 20 something years of education, I have seen IEPs written for all kinds of stuff. And it sounds like you said that the child has speech and language. He might have an IEP simply because of speech and language. It may not have anything to do with, but I ain't going down that road because I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. I'm just not going, like, I just didn't think that you needed to bring the churn into it just because Wendy got you. Girl, just eat it. It happens. Just eat it and be ready next time. That's it. That's all. We have, everybody on these shows have gotten. They all got caught slipping at some point in time. Just be ready next time. That's it. Nannies are 5K to 10K a month, depending on how much English and education they have. Right. She put him out there. Right. So, girl, you talking about something. Y'all ain't got no nanny. Y'all decided to forego. Girl, you can't afford a nanny just like you can't afford no penthouse, just like you can't afford. Anyway. So then we see Ashley and Kern shopping for an outfit for the party. Ashley, look. You look like you went to a really good doctor, and you look like you paid top notch for them new tatas. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be proud of them, okay? But here's what I don't want us to do for the rest of this season. For the rest of this season, I do not want us to talk about Ashley's tatas. You literally went shopping because you said you needed to find something to fit the new tatas. I thought that dress that you tried on was beautiful. I have no idea why you wore that dress that you wore to them babies christening. I mean, first communion brunch. Your girl, you might as well have just put pasties on them tatas. That dress was not appropriate. And like Karen said, if it don't have her ass out or them titties out, she don't want no parts of it. They also asked about the lawsuit. Now, Karen said when she talked to Candace was like, I ain't speaking about that lawsuit. And Ashley said, I don't know nothing about it. Michael ain't talking about it. So I don't know nothing about what's going on with this lawsuit. And like Karen said, I don't understand what the issue is. Candace didn't say nothing that the rest of us ain't said. She just has a way. She said she just got a way of buttering that bread that just gets to people. And she's absolutely correct. Candace has a way of saying things that it just hit. I know for me it does. It just hits you. She can read she just know how to say things. She know how to word things. So let's be clear. Actually, Candace really didn't say nothing that what's up, Patches. Hey, my love. Actually really didn't say nothing that the rest of us ain't said about this man. But neither here nor there, child. But Karen did say something very important in this moment, and I hope y'all caught it. She said, I find it interesting that not one person mentioned Candace's name at the christening. I mean, I keep calling it christening, at Ashley's housewarming. Nobody brought up Candace's name. She said, I know what icing out looks like because it's been done to me. So basically, that's her way of letting us know that she feels like, I'm not saying she's right, but that she feels like a certain group, y'all know who, the Green Eyed Bandits and crew, are trying to ice Candace out by not mentioning her name, not bringing her up, not giving her any moments. We know that that's what happens in reality TV. We know that that's a trick that they use in reality TV. We know that that's what they do. It's not new. It's not original. We know that that's what they do. And exactly, Amber. What about Michael touching that cameraman? Right, and that's the reason why I don't feel like Michael would be successful in any. And he's just suing just to save face because, again, remember, I'll keep saying this. Defamation and slander is a high bar, especially when you're a public figure. And technically, Michael, you've made yourself a public figure by appearing on this reality show for multiple seasons. There have been accusations in the past, whether they were founded or not. There have been accusations in the past that would lead to certain comments being made. I don't understand how you feel like what Candace said, which I don't even remember what she said now. But again, what Candace said rises to that level of slander and defamation. You done been all in the tabloids with alleged affairs. When we've seen you on the show get caught with other women. When we saw the footage of you grabbing that man by the ass. When we heard you on tape saying that you wanted to give another man fellatio on the show. I don't understand what it is that Candace said that's worse than any of that. But neither here nor there. I don't think anyone is icing anyone out. I think folks don't invite people they don't like to their parties. At Wendy's party, they didn't bring up GEB. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say I agreed. I'm saying that's what Karen feels like. I didn't say she's right or she's wrong. I'm just saying that's where it is. So the other thing was Ashley admits to Karen that she basically lied. Like she tried to dress it up, but she basically lied. And Karen told her, you need to clean it up. Like you need to clean that up. She said, you're right. I'm gonna talk to Wendy, yada, yada, yada. So then we get to the I keep wanting to say christening, Lord. So we get to the brunch for the communion. You know, this was after the first Holy Communion. I respect that Wendy didn't film the communion. Maybe the church wouldn't let her, but I respect that we didn't have, we saw like just like clips of it. We didn't see like, we saw like little clips of it, which I could respect. And then we had the brunch. Of course, Wendy looked stunning. Them boys looked good. Addie looked really nice. Everybody looked nice. The ladies showed up. Like I said, Ashley was inappropriate in my opinion. Candace was there. The new girl, the lady that owns the spa, and Kern, right? That's who was there. And everybody, except for Ashley, looked nice. And I thought it was hilarious that when Ashley showed up and Candace had her purse in that chair. Now, what's fun, they asked if she could move so Candace could sit in the chair. She said, well, can I get another chair for my purse? Listen, I know a lot of people might feel like that was extra or that was a lot. It really isn't. You're not supposed to put your purse on the floor. Like that is one of them old wives' tales that you're not supposed to put your purse on the floor, right? So I was here for Candace saying, "Where can I put my purse?" Also, I've been at like a couple of restaurants. It's only been like twice where they actually have like a little stool that they'll put next to your seat for women to put their purses. I thought that was the first time I saw that. I thought that was the cutest thing. I said, "That's for my purse." Oh, and you put your little purse, and it's a little stool for your purse. So I was here for Candace saying, "No, ma'am, I don't have no problem with her sitting here, but can you bring me something else for my purse?" I was here for it. We also saw where Wendy's mom came over and threw her shade at Mia, talking about, "Oh, I just needed to see if Mia was here, so I know if I need to go get my raincoat or something." Listen, Wendy's mama is extra. Wendy mama has been extra since we met Wendy. Okay, so when Wendy mama talking about those are my children, I birthed them, baby. Why Karen gonna say, "Well, where was Wendy?" She gonna say, "Well, where was Wendy?" So at this conversation, a lot of bars have hooks for your purse at the bar. Yeah, I've seen that too. The books, the hooks. Yeah, and my mom gave me a purse hook before. I had one. Child, she gave it to me a few years ago. So you like if you at a table or something, you could decide. I think I broke it because I think I probably tried to use a purse that was too heavy or something. I think I broke it. So yeah, so please accommodate me and my purse. Right. Accommodate me and my purse, Dee. Yes. Wendy's mom turned beige this season. Wendy's mom does look lighter. Because I didn't even realize that was Wendy's mom ever. Yeah. We need to find a side by side for tomorrow. Yeah, purse hook. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to look for a side by side. Cause her mama did look lighter. And I ain't trying to talk about nobody mama, but her mama did look lighter, y'all. I'm just gonna call a thing a thing. So anyway, so Karen invites everybody to pickleball. She said the spouses, everybody can come. So that's next week's event. It's gonna be the pickleball. And Wendy acknowledges the elephant in the room. She said, "I want to thank everybody for being here. And I really appreciate the fact that Ashley and Candace are both here. I know y'all got y'all thing going on, but y'all are both here." And like Candace said earlier in the episode, she was like, "I like Ashley is fun, but the problem with Ashley is you'll be having fun with her, you'll be cool with her, and then she'll stab you in the side of your ear," which I thought was hilarious, the side of your ear. But she's absolutely correct. So she was like, "Look, I can be in the room with Ashley. Like, I don't want nobody to think that I can't be around her. I can absolutely be in the room with Ashley. But at the same time, I'm going to side eye her ass. I know I can't trust her, and I know she can't be trusted." So then that's when Ashley decides to apologize to Wendy and lets Wendy know that she totally was wrong. She misrepresented. Da 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 da. That she tried to say she had been drinking. Karen said, "Girl, that girl got a wooden leg." Alcohol, and we know that we have seen Ashley drink for seasons. When has Ashley ever blamed something she did on alcohol? I mean, maybe she has, and I don't forgot. But when has she ever blamed alcohol on the reason why she lied about something? But now she's saying that she was drunk, and the next morning when she woke up, she realized what she had said. Girl, you knew you was lying when you said it. Let's be clear. You knew you were lying when you said it. So while this is going on, they splice in a conversation. Nneka is out having tea/drinks with Robyn, because it was funny because in one scene, Robyn had a coffee mug, and in the next scene, she was drinking out of a slushy bag. Child, I don't know what Robyn was doing. Okay, she was drinking coffee and chasing it with the liquor. I don't know, but neither here nor there. Nneka starts telling this weird ass story about her Wendy's sister calling her cousin, saying, "You clout chasing off of my sister to try to hang with these girls to clout chase." And he said Wendy's mother called and said something about you're using my daughter's name and you just ordered the person. Yeah, man, my mama gave me one. I might need to order me another one. But they come in really handy, like when you're at restaurants and they don't have a hook, or at a table where you don't have a chair or whatever. They're really cool. They're really cool. So, and then she starts talking about her mother. Basically, she was saying her mother was practicing religion outside of that wasn't based on a Christian faith, right? She was alluding to that. She was putting that out there. And I was just like, where is this even coming from? Like, it seems so weird. And it was so way off from last week when y'all were at Ashley's housewarming, where you were like, yeah, I've met her. And you, I mean, we saw her had the conversation with Ashley. You act like you didn't even know what Ashley was talking about, right? Wendy, now is she a doctor of philosophy or is she a medical doctor? Girl, you don't know what the fuck kind of doctor Wendy is. Stop playing with me. Because now I don't understand nothing you saying. Because one minute y'all known each other in passing, the next minute your sister, cousin, uncle know her mama, and all of them done called you and accused you of being a clout chaser. And this is where I was like, deja freaking vu. Because now I feel like I'm in last season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'm dealing with Candy and that other chick. I don't even remember her name no more because she's not that important. And it was this whole you clout chasing off my name, you calling around town to ask about me, you looking for me, and you clout chasing off of me. And I was like, so we just gonna keep stealing storylines? Because what happened last week that I said this sound like Real Housewives of Atlanta? Something happened on last week's episode, and I was like, this is Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I feel like we right back, like, so we're just gonna keep, because to me, that is just some rinse and repeat type shit. Because now all of a sudden she's talking about, oh, Wendy's accusing me of clout chasing off of her and got her mama calling me and her sister calling my cousin. Like, what? Courtney, that was her name. Thank you, Pacino. Don't even make no sense. It just didn't make any sense, y'all. I was like, what in the entire hell are we talking about here? So, y'all, I'm honest with y'all. That makes me angry. Because I feel like, first of all, it didn't even make no sense. So I have to say that if it doesn't make sense, y'all know how I feel about if it don't make sense, y'all know I feel like, well, if it didn't make sense, it must not be true. That's how I feel about it. If it don't make sense, it ain't true. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. So none of that made sense. And somebody at the beginning of this live said that that's going to be disrespectful, the whole voodoo storyline. And it absolutely is. That whole voodoo storyline is going to be very disrespectful to people, because there are people who do practice voodoo. Voodoo is, I don't know if religion is the right word, but people do practice it, and there's nothing wrong. Like, it's, it's over the years, it's gotten a horrible connection. But voodoo is, and there's nothing wrong with this. So it's almost like you're insinuating that. First of all, Wendy's mama is she talk about all kinds of Jesus, okay? But we have reached the darkness. It was good while it lasted. It's a religion. Thank you, little baby. Thank you. I didn't want to misspeak. But I was just like, little baby, can you drop that link one more time for me, please? That I have up on the screen. I'm going to make the announcement. But yeah, I'm just like, it was crazy to me. It was so crazy to me. So I don't know where we're going with this. Hoodoo is good, voodoo is bad. Okay, well, I don't know the difference. I want to tell you I'm ignorant to it all. But what I do know is I think that's an ignorant storyline to push forward. And I think it's a reckless storyline to push forward. That's just my opinion. Shout out to 140 people in the room. Really quick, before we get out of here, you guys, please hit the like button if you have not already done so. And I appreciate you guys for being here. Tomorrow night is the Whether You Like It or Not panel. So beat me there, don't meet me there. We'll be going live at 8:15-ish Eastern Standard Time. We do have a special guest tomorrow, so y'all make sure y'all join us there to find out who it is. We're going to have a good time, you guys. It's going to be a fun Monday. Even when the episode don't be given, y'all know we have a good time. Lil Baby has dropped a link in the chat, and you see I have the link up here. I'm asking that you guys, I'll explain at the next tribe meeting, but ReallyBTV reviews, not ReallyBTV. I will explain with our next well, I'll explain when we have our next tribe meeting, but Really Be TV reviews will be moving in 2024, and that is the new link. So in 2024, which is only about a month and a half away, we will be moving. Really Be TV will still be here, will still be a functioning channel, but we're going to change some things up. So if you like my reviews and you want to stay connected to the Really Be TV reviews, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that link and subscribe to the channel. Again, Really Be TV, as this channel is still going to be here. We're still going to go do content, but the reviews are going to be moving. And again, when we have our next tribe meeting, I'll explain all of that. But that is the link if you guys can subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 6:30 for Married to Medicine review. And then we're going to take a little coffee break, a little liquor break, a little whatever break, get our libations and our snacks together. And then we're going to be back here at 8:15-ish for for Whether You Like It or Not panel. Okay? All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Mwah, peace. Thank you for the people who say that they're subscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.